Marc Hector is entering one of the most important phases of his bodybuilding career as he prepares for his upcoming European season debut under the guidance of renowned coach Tuor. The announcement immediately generated excitement within the bodybuilding community, with many fans believing the partnership could elevate Hector to an entirely new level in the men's open division. Over the last few years, Marc Hector has steadily developed into one of the most promising physiques in European bodybuilding. Known for his impressive structure, aesthetic flow, and naturally wide frame, Hector has consistently shown flashes of elite potential every time he steps on stage. However, despite the obvious talent, many observers believed he still needed greater refinement, sharper conditioning, and improved overall presentation to truly establish himself among the upper tier of open competitors. That is why the move to Tuor is being viewed as such a major development. Tuor is widely respected as one of the best bodybuilding coaches in the world, particularly when it comes to maximizing conditioning, muscle detail, and stage presentation. Over the years, he has helped guide numerous top athletes to major victories and Olympia qualifications, earning a reputation for transforming already talented physiques into polished championship-level competitors. Now, many believe Marc Hector could be the next athlete to benefit from that system. Recent training footage and physique updates suggest Hector is taking this prep extremely seriously. Reports surrounding his preparation indicate that the focus has been placed not only on adding size, but also on improving overall balance and conditioning ahead of the European season opener. The early signs appear promising, as Hector already looks fuller, harder, and more mature compared to previous appearances. One of the most noticeable improvements is the overall density of his physique. Hector has always possessed a naturally aesthetic structure with broad clavicles and a tight waist, giving him excellent stage presence. But in recent updates, fans noticed greater muscle maturity across his chest, shoulders, and upper back. His physique appears thicker without losing the streamlined look that made him stand out in the first place. That balance is critical in today's open division. Modern bodybuilding is no longer judged purely on mass alone. Competitors are expected to combine size, conditioning, symmetry, structure, and presentation into one complete package. Athletes who can successfully maintain aesthetics while adding density often become extremely dangerous on professional stages. Marc Hector appears to be chasing exactly that formula. The addition of Tuor could be especially important for improving Hector's conditioning. Throughout his career, Hector has sometimes been viewed as an athlete with tremendous potential who simply needed more polish when it came to bringing his absolute best look on competition day. Tuor's reputation for dialing athletes in with razor-sharp conditioning may help close that gap significantly. Fans are already speculating that this could become a breakout season for Hector if the improvements continue at the current pace. Another major talking point is Hector's posing and presentation. Under elite coaching, even small changes in transitions, posture, and pose execution can dramatically improve how a physique is judged on stage. Tuor has extensive experience refining those details, and many believe Hector's overall presentation could improve just as much as his physique itself. That could be a game changer against deep European lineups. The European bodybuilding scene has become increasingly competitive in recent years, with athletes bringing higher levels of size and conditioning than ever before. Winning, or even placing highly, now requires near-complete physiques with minimal weaknesses. For Hector, entering this environment under one of the sport's most respected coaches could provide the structure and strategy necessary to take the next step in his career. Physically, Hector already has many of the tools required to become a major threat. His shape remains one of his strongest assets. In a division dominated by massive physiques, athletes with clean lines and flowing structure often stand out immediately during comparisons. Hector's taper, proportions, and overall silhouette give him a visually impressive look that judges tend to reward when combined with strong conditioning. What has been missing at times is the final level of refinement. That is why fans and analysts are paying such close attention to this prep. If Tuor can help Hector bring greater muscle hardness, sharper separation, and more polished stage presence, there is a real possibility that Hector could emerge as one of the breakout names of the European season. The timing also feels important for Hector's career trajectory. At this stage, he is no longer viewed simply as a prospect with potential. Expectations are beginning to rise. The bodybuilding community now wants to see whether he can transform raw talent into consistent high-level results against established open competitors. The upcoming European season debut will provide an early answer. If Hector steps on stage with the improvements many expect under Patrick Tuor's guidance, he could quickly become part of larger conversations involving Olympia qualification battles and future international success. His structure already gives him a strong foundation, but adding elite-level conditioning and presentation could dramatically change how he is perceived within the division. There is also growing excitement around how much room Hector still has to grow physically. Unlike some veterans already close to their ceiling, Hector still appears capable of adding more muscle maturity over the next several years. That long-term upside is one reason many fans believe he could eventually develop into one of Europe's premier open competitors if his progression continues steadily. For now, however, the focus remains on the immediate future. The partnership with Patrick Tuor has created major anticipation heading into Hector's European season debut, and expectations are continuing to rise with every new training update. Bodybuilding fans know Tuor rarely works with athletes unless he sees real potential, which only adds to the excitement surrounding Hector's upcoming appearance. The pressure will certainly be high, but so is the opportunity. A strong showing in Europe could completely change the momentum of Hector's career and position him as one of the most exciting rising names in the men's open division. With improved conditioning, added muscle maturity, and the guidance of one of bodybuilding's most respected coaches, Marc, Hector may finally be ready to unlock the next level of his potential.